This is the Performance Master main menu and is the focal point for the entire program. Let's do a quick tour. Along the top of the window is a series of buttons. The buttons are color-coded by function. Let's start with the blue buttons, which take you to setup windows for core portions of the program. Clicking on Meets opens the Meet Setup window. This window is divided into two panes, a list of all meets on the left and a selection details pane on the right. Clicking on a meet in the list loads information about that meet into the selection details pane. The list of meets may also be filtered by meet category, track and field or cross country, location, indoor or outdoor, and year. Data stored as part of meet setup includes meet name, venue, location, category, date or dates for multiple day events, start time, and the weather. There's also a note field which will display on top of the results sheet. There are also multiple notes fields for storing data about participating schools. Clicking the blue Events button opens the Event Setup window. This window is used to define event-specific parameters such as category, event name, location, performance unit, and whether an event is open or relay. Performance Master comes preloaded with hundreds of events, but adding new ones is very simple and will be covered in later tutorials. Clicking the blue Athletes button opens the Athlete Setup window, which is actually a full contact management database for athletes and their parents. On the left is a list of all athletes. This list can be constrained by roster assignment, active status, and last name. The list may also be sorted by name or grade. Clicking on an athlete will load all of the contact information for that athlete into the selection details pane. Now let's take a look at how events are added to a meet. How about we add a 200-meter open event to the Racine Invitational? Over in the Events list, let's click Add. This brings up a dialog box. Clicking in the Event field brings up a list of all track events in the database. Clicking on 200 meters loads that into the field. And then we'll click Commit. It's now in the list. To add competitors, we click the Add button in the Competitors pane. A list of all athletes in the database immediately pops up. Let's say Jane Doe is the athlete that ran in this event. We can find her name somewhere in this long list, but the easier way is to simply start typing her last name. Performance Master immediately constrains the list and finds her name. Entries for performance may be made with or without punctuation. Let's say Jane Doe ran this event in 30.2 seconds. We can simply enter 30:20 without the period. Hitting Enter automatically places the punctuation. If Jane placed in this event, we would enter that in the Place field. If there are any comments, that can also be entered as an abbreviation at this time. Personal records will be calculated and displayed automatically when we create a meet result sheet. To create a meet result report, we click the green Meet Results button, which opens a dialog box. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to click Create Report with no all-time list calculations. The Meet Result Report may be printed to standard 8.5 by 11 inch paper or saved as a PDF or an Excel document. The PDF may also be emailed to the entire team and with the Performance Master web option uploaded to the website. This concludes our brief overview of the Performance Master database. There is so much more to this unique product, and we invite you to watch additional in-depth tutorials as they are posted in the coming weeks.